I didn't realize the time was over. Hello. Today we're going to be building Jodah. Jodah's built. As you can see, there's 123 cards in the main board. So we're going to be editing Jodah. I didn't want a whole lot. Hey, Logan, what's up? I didn't want a whole lot of input because I just feel like the last deck that I got a lot of input on was a total mess. Aside from Honda, which was a great success, but I'm very familiar with white, so I feel like that was okay. But the other deck just went off the rails, and I decided to build a completely new deck with the similar concept. So, first, I'm gonna open some packs, and then I'm gonna make this list public so that people can see it. But yeah, we'll open packs first. Let's do this one. This is always so delayed. This computer is such trash. Here we go. Come on, work with me. There it is. We got there. I'm gonna crack open this here diet soda. I bought this on a whim on impulse at Barnes and Noble. I was at Barnes and Noble the other day, and I always like look and see if they have magic cards, and like when there's something super new or super hot, they keep it like exclusively behind the counter, but they happen to have a lot of magic cards in like the board games area on like one of those racks that have shelves and like the hangy bits with like the long, things that hang. I don't know what that's called. I never worked in a store. But yeah, they had a bunch of like packs, and they also had bundles, and I had no idea what they were priced at, but I just impulse bought them. As it turns out, they are applicable for discounts. So I looked at the receipt afterwards, and the bundles sell at Barnes and Noble for $47.99. If you have a Barnes & Noble membership, you are able to apply it, but I also have an educator discount, so I received 20% off of it, and I purchased this bundle for $38.39. Normally I get them at my LGS, but I couldn't pass up this bundle, and I was there, so I was able to get an educator discount on this. Sometimes when you go to the register, they give you a hard time, and they say like, oh, you can only use the educator discount on things you are using for your classroom. But I do take my bulk to class and let students play with them. Students also play, like, they're familiar with the card style because they play a lot of Pokemon. So, I can justify the purchases. But this time, hey, Brian, thanks for subbing. This time, oh, there's the sound. I was like, is my sound not on? Thank you for subbing. This time they did not give me a hard time. They didn't even question it. They were just like, yeah, your discount works. I was like, cool. Hey Brian, what's up? I hope you're having a good day at work, if you're at work. I think you are, but yeah, hey, hello. But yeah, I was able to get a discount on it, which is good to know. So anytime they have something I want to pick up, or like a little bundle or something that I haven't already gotten at my LGS, it's good to know that I can apply my discount there. So, wow, it's wild. So much cardboard. So much stuff. I feel so bad throwing this out because, like, I like the action of punching them out, so I will punch them out, but, like, they're so pretty. Like, the rainbow ones, the stained glass, it's so pretty, and I just, like, want to keep it, but, like, I have no use for it. It's cardboard. I do keep these boxes, though. They help me sort. I got a prettier dice this time than the last time. The last time it was kind of murky, I feel. I think this was the one. Yeah. So, if you can see the two colors. The last one was like a little murkier. This one's like more watery blue. So this one's kind of like a tealish greenish color, and this one's more oceany and like marbled. But there is a difference in the color. They're not that similar to me. So yeah, I got a prettier dye this time, I think. Yeah, the bundles come with set boosters. All right. Let's open. I always forget I have a garbage down here now. I love basic lands. I need them. Maybe not so much forests because I don't build that much green, but I am slowly depleting myself of definitely plains. So any excuse to like cop plains, I will take it because I'm starting to run low on them. All right. Okie dokie. Let's try to get some focus in here. I'm like, I have to move this light around. It's doing things to me, especially with the foils. All right, so we have a herd migration is the card, and then we have all our beautiful lands because I need lands. Why only 4 planes? Why? Pity. For a stinky green card, you know. Throne of Eldraine was before my time. So I didn't get a bundle for that. Like I started at Strixhaven and I didn't buy like bundles or boxes or anything like that. I just bought precons and played the precons, and like I would enter game nights at my LGS, so I would like win packs or buy packs. And then I was like buying packs of like Ikoria or like Zendikar or something like here and there because I just needed like variety and stuff that was like outside of Strixhaven. But and I have since bought Throne of Eldraine packs, but that was kind of like before my time, so I didn't buy bundles or boxes until like probably like Kamigawa. I think I was gifted 2 Crimson Vow boxes for Christmas because like it was like around they had just come out like a little before that. So like 2 different people gifted me Crimson Vow boxes for Christmas that year. But I did not start buying boxes and bundles until like after that set. Because that's really when I started like deck building and like being more like aggressively into like Magic and stuff like that. So because I knew what the hell I was doing. Yeah. Karn in a flower field is so dichotomous, and I just love that. Like, it's so cute. All right, the art card. Some people really love the art cards and collect them, so I always showcase them. This is the Thran Portal by Sarah Finnegan. We have a Mesa Cavalier. Ooh. ETBs gain 2 life. This would be okay in Lulu, perhaps. Phyrexian Warhorse. Is it a hard G or a J? Like Argivian? Argivian? Who the frick knows? Argivian Cavalier. Heroic Charge. If you need me to like read something or look at something closer, I'll be happy to. Wrath, Weatherlight Stalwart. Braids, Frightful Return. Monstrous Warleech. The alt art for Wrath. Rada. Leyline Binding. Flowstone Kavu. And Nothing card, which I will use to stick proxies on or something if I need to fill a space or test a card. Argivian? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, Leyline Binding is growing in popularity, so glad it's a good first pull. Let's hope that's not like the entirety of my luck today. All right, this art card is Niall of Avizoa Aeronaut by Miguel Mercado. We've got a swamp. Tala's Lookout. Viashino Branch Rider. Sunlit Marsh. Mesa Cavalier. Phyrexian Warhorse. Strength of the Coalition. Shalai's Acolyte. Prayer of Binding. Elas Ilkor. Urza Assembles the Titans Saga. Vine Shaper Prodigy. And Invade the City. Catch that Pokemon. So I was late coming on stream because I was like, you know what, let me just put on a little mascara. And then as I was putting on the mascara in the mirror super close because I took my glasses off so I couldn't see anything, I was like, you know what, I could use some moisturizer. And then as I was putting moisturizer on my face, I forgot that I already put mascara on. So I went like this over my eyes, and moisturizer essentially removes mascara. So then there was like black like all over my face, and I was like, wow, I'm dumb. So in an effort to erase my mascara, I had to do an entire face of makeup, which was not my plan, but here we are. So apologies, I was late to my own stream. All right, we have a Shieldred, The Apocalypse by Chris Braun is the art card. Smooth move, I know, I'm a fucking asshole. It happens. But look at me. I'm alive today. Yes, we have a foil Stained Glass Island. Dang, you did not catch the Pokemon? How could you? Yeah, it's really pretty. I'm trying to, like, catch it. Foils don't look good under this lighting, but I'm trying to really showcase. Alright, Keldon Strike Team. Let's focus after the foil. Foils ruin everything. I mean, I love them, but, like, on stream, they're a nightmare. Captain's Call. Scout the Wilderness. Elfame Worm. Phoenix Chick. This is so friggin' cute. Phoenix Chick. Fires of Victory. Rulik Mons. Raff. Emperor Mikhail II the Second. Where was I educated? What am I doing with my life? Nothing. The Cruelty of Gix. Briar Hydra, and it is a foil. And a Beast token. Wow. I like when the foils are at least, like, rare or something, you know? It feels worth it. Feels good. Feels good in my soul. Aw, this art is so cute. Look at it. Look it. Look it. It's freaking bats. Cruelty. I mean, it doesn't sound nice, that's for sure. Dragon Whelp by Yokubas Ogintas? Hope I didn't butcher that name completely. But he's so cute. Look at him. Precious. He's got, like, goggle eyes. It's adorable. I love it. Anyway. Just a sad little place. Fresh. Alright, we have a Vanquisher's Axe. Yabumaya Steel Crusher. Maria's Outrider. Sacred Peaks. Artillery Blast. Tear Asunder. Tail Swipe. Line Breaker Baloth. Najal, the Stormrunner. Quirion Beastcaller, or Quirion Beastcaller. Foil Shield Wall Sentinel. And a zombie token. Let me move this. I keep leaning forward, and then it's like, where'd she go? Peek. All right. Ooh. This is a Tori, I think, right? Yeah, Tori Davenant Fury Rider. Every time I see this, I think of Tori of the Vast, and then I'm like, this is Tori, right? But wait, no, she's not blonde. And then I remember that the real Tori's blonde, and this Tori is a brunette, and I'm like, no, it feels wrong, because they spell their name exactly the same way, and I'm like, this is so wrong. No, I did not roast the third grader back. I fought the feeling. I just didn't want to, wasn't in that mood today. I didn't want to fight that battle. So I just was like, I went the honest route, and I was like, no, I look different today because I'm suffering from really poor allergies, and I'm not wearing any makeup, and I'm not wearing my contact lenses. My eyes are very itchy and they're puffy. So of course I'm going to look different to you because I'm not feeling well. And he was just like, oh. And I'm like, so there. It's not my student anyway. It's a student that is in a class that I have students in. Alright, we have a Stained Glass Forest. Shore Up. Flowstone Kavu. Bite Down. Molten Monstrosity. Night of Dusk Shadow. Tori Davenant. Choking Miasma. Lagomos. Rada. Defiler of Vigor. I know I had a friend who was looking for it, but has since found it. So he doesn't need it anymore. But I think this is my first copy. So it's pretty good. Yeah, Defiler of Vigor. Rada's Firebrand. And it is a foil. And Probe. How fun. How fun is that? That's a cool list card. This is a pretty good pack, I feels. Yeah. These three cards alone were fun pulls. So far, a successful discount bundle from Barnes & Noble with my educator discount. Alright, we have A Forest by Seb McKinnon. Still surprised he's making art for Magic, but we have a foil, edutainment. We have a foil island, a snare spinner, Yavimaya Sojourner, Vine Shaper Prodigy, Juniper Order Root Weaver, Tangled Islet, Balduvian Berserker, Dragonwhelp, yay, little cutie, Niall, Baird, Karn Silex. This was the first mythic we've gotten, I think. Furious Bellow foil, and a garbage card. I guess they can't give you a list card if they put a mythic in it, right? Couldn't even give me a foil. I mean a token, not a foil. I need a nap. Alright. The art card is Shauna by Magali Villeneuve. We have a Plains, Charismatic Vanguard, Essence Scatterer, Phyrexian Vivisector, Mossbeard Ancient, Founding the Third Path, Relic of Legends, Wrath, Braid's Frightful Return, Tatiova, Golden Argosy, Aggressive Sabotage foil, and a Saproling. And we're down to the last pack. I don't know if I showed my Pinfinity pins, by the way. I got them in like a couple weeks ago, but I don't think I ever showed them on stream. Maybe I did once, but Platinum Angel is one of my favorite cards, and so I had to get the Platinum Angel pin, and it's pretty massive. It's like so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. Granted, my hands aren't very big, but yeah, it's like the entirety of my pointer thumb area. So it's quite large. It has 2 pin backs with locking backs on them, and I got the red like D&D D20 symbol. I know they had a hot pink one, but I don't know, the red one called to me, so I got that. Yeah, it's really big. I don't like vehicles, you're right. I won't fucks with that, but appreciate the suggestion. Maybe one day. This is a cool card as well. It is Electrostatic Infantry by Kakai Kotaki. That looks really cool. So we have a Forest, Samite Herbalist. I really love the art on this card. I always say it every time I see it. It's so cool. Eerie Soultender, Deathbloom Gardener, Wingmantle Chaplain, Strength of the Coalition, Shalai's Acolyte, Vohar. We have a Diada, which I actually didn't pull aside from like the precons. I don't think I've pulled one. Baru Wormspeaker, Aether Channeler, Urtai Scorn, and a Power Stone. Yeah, so overall, I think we got the bundle's value, right? So, not too bad. I'm not unsatisfied with it. I will pick at these certainly later. Okay, I'm gonna switch screens. Where are you? There you are. Alright. I'm going to make this deck public and share it in the chat so that you have a copy of the link. I'm currently 23 cards over. I'm not sure that I don't know if I need to add anything. Maybe I do. Who knows? Yeah. Don't know. I have, 23 cards over is really mild for me. Usually I'm much more over than that. I tabled Ramos. I think I'm going to change Ramos to something else. I'm going to better play him the way he's supposed to be played. However, Ramos is in this deck, and this has become, or it will be, it should be, it's not in it right now, but I'm intending to put it. Ramos, this deck is a dragon tribal deck, because I did want it to be all enchantments, and several of the enchantments deal with dragons, and if you don't have dragons, then it just doesn't do anything for you. So, I am going to put Ramos in the 99. That's why he's not in there, because too many cards match the name Ramos, so he didn't It didn't pull him up. All right, so yeah, Ramos is... Thank you so much, Phoenix. They wax and wane. They're up and down. So I want to put all the enchantments in. I did put into considering 2 of the enchantments that don't really suit it. One is Folk Hero, which is whenever you cast a spell that shares a creature type with this creature, draw a card. This ability triggers once each turn. And Haunted One, whenever this creature becomes tapped, it and other creatures you control that share a type with it each get +2/+0. So if I decide to swap Ramos as the commander, I will put these 2 back in. Because then it would make sense, because Ramos is a dragon and all the other creatures in the deck for the most part are dragons. I'm going to attempt it with Jodah as the commander first, and then I'll play it again with Ramos as the commander and see how differently they play, and which one I like better and how I'm going to keep it. So I did move these 2 to considering and didn't completely do away with them, because if Ramos is the commander, they would make better sense. That being said, I also kind of threw in instants and sorceries willy-nilly, and if there's something that people suggest that is better, I'm willing to hear that. For the most part, almost everything is legendary. I chose Bondlands as my duels. I just put 1 of each basic in case somebody has me search for basics. I want to have at least a few in the deck. But also lands that were legendary and purposeful, and all the Triomes, which do enter tapped, but at least the Bondlands do not, as long as I have 2 opponents. I'm sure there are other lands like Boseiju that cares about legendaries, and I might be willing to swap out some of the duels, some of the Bondlands, for something like Boseiju, but I haven't gotten there yet. Also, all of my enchantments are backgrounds, with the exception of a few that do certain things, like Frogify, I think is a pretty decent enchantment for its cost. And there is another enchantment I threw in here that is legendary as well, but is not a background. Where are you? Where is it? Maybe I should... Did I not refresh? Let's refresh this. Can't find it. Nope, it's there. It should be there. It's white, goddammit. Imagine I just thought I put it in, but I didn't. There it is, Day of Destiny. I knew I put it in. So Day of Destiny is a legendary enchantment, and it gives all legendary creatures +2/+2. So I think that's pretty good because all my creatures are legendary, so like why not buff it? I could take it out if I really need to make a cut, but I thought it was a pretty good one to include. The only creature that is not a dragon, I think, that I put in here is Yomiji, which says whenever a legendary permanent other than Yomiji is put into a graveyard, return that card to its owner's hand. All of my creatures are legendary, and all of them are dragons. So I thought that was a good card to add. So even though it's not a dragon, it is helpful in keeping my stuff, unless that itself is removed, obviously. Oh god, excuse me. Let's try not to die. So what I left, I did also include a lot of legendary artifacts. and artifacts that I just overall in general thought were useful. I will, so yeah, I'm willing to mess with things. I'm willing to, change lands and move things around. I have to cut down creatures because 34 is just far too much. If I could cut like 10-ish creatures, Amulet of Vigor is your favorite card ever, really? Huh, that's funny. I feel really cool for having included it now. My favorite card right now is in my coin deck, and it's too group huggy to be useful in anything else, but it's Noble Benefactor, and it's basically like just a 2/2 that when it dies, it lets everything, everyone tutor for whatever. And I think that's so stupid and awesome. It doesn't make sense in like any other deck, but I just love that card. And every time I play it, people are like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, I know, right? I know. Kill it. It's great. So, alas. I threw in sorceries and instants that a lot of them are white, as you can see, because I play a lot of white. So a lot of them are things that I'm just overall familiar with and have played, or have seen played and heard of, though I'm not opposed to swapping things out. I need removal, protection, things like that. That's kind of what I left for last. So I knew that I would need 5-color lands and legendary lands, so I tried to choose my lands first, and then I chose all my creatures, which I knew were all going to be legendary dragons. Then I chose my enchantments, which were easy. They were all the backgrounds. Then I went through them, removed any that like absolutely did not apply, and then I added a couple of legendary enchantments myself. Then I went in and I looked up legendary artifacts and added whatever would apply, and then other artifacts to help me ramp and just generally protect myself. And the last thing I did was add sorceries and instants, but I don't feel super confident in them. So, here we are. 34 creatures. Hey, Adam! I changed my Ramos deck to Jodah all backgrounds, and Ramos is in the 99. I might. It's Dragon Tribal. I might swap Ramos as the commander occasionally, just to see how differently they play. But I want to rebuild Ramos as he should be built. Not necessarily with the backgrounds, but I want to build a Ramos deck correctly. And I'm going to use some of what you did, but I need you to help me find some other creatures that are multicolored, and some other spells and things that are multicolored. And we could team build that if you want. Like, we should schedule that and like stream it and team build it, because that I trust your judgment on that, and Ramos gave me such a headache that I just like I didn't want to look at it for a little while. I was like, I need to put this away out of my sight for a little bit and do something else. So yeah, kind of like color pips matter a little bit, because he gets counters for like the number of pips on a card, so the number of colors that a card has. So the more multicolor spells you play, the easier and faster he gets counters on him. So I want to start over and take a look at it that way. But right now we're editing Jodah. I have an hour before D&D, so we've got plenty of time to do this. But what I really want to do is I have to cut some creatures. I can't really cut enchantments because I need to have all of the backgrounds. That's kind of the point of the deck. I think 35 lands is more than enough. There are, I used only bond lands because I wanted to limit the number. I wanted to include dual lands, but limit the number of times that they enter tapped, and limit the number of the damage that I'm taking to myself. So I didn't really want to include pain lands. I wanted something a little milder. I did include all the triomes, which do enter tapped, and one of each of the basics, plus legendary lands that do things. I know that, yes, I'll drop the list again. I know that there are other lands that I could be putting in that deal with legendaries, like Boseiju Who Endures, which I haven't put in here. But I'm willing to swap things around if necessary. I think I have to cut some artifacts, which I don't really want to, but I'm gonna. I have to cut creatures for sure. And I have to take a better look at sorceries and instants, because I do want to protect myself and I do want to have some removal. I also included Frogify, which is an enchantment, of course. And I don't know, I don't really have a lot of stacks pieces in here, because I think just it's going to be so nasty on its own that, like, I don't really think I need that much protection. Protection is nice, but I don't know that I need that much. I don't really have stacks in this, I'm gonna be honest. So there's, like, no ghostly prison, there's no propaganda, there's no, like, deafening silence or anything like that. Like, I'm just playing fucking dragons. I'm going. Oh, I see. That's a good idea. Like, keeping the triomes that make at least 2 of my 3 dominant colors. However, if you look at my list, it's pretty evenly spread. So, like, everything is, like, teetering at, like, 25% pretty much. So, it's, like, really close. Like, a lot of my, it's pretty evenly distributed. So I'm okay with using all of the triomes. I added them all. But I'm willing to swap out some dual lands for something that's really helpful, like a Boseiju or something like that. So if I know they're all legendary, so I'm gonna look at how do I narrow it to just lands? Did I go too far? There. I put fucking Agonjo and everything. Alright, so the channel effects. It says destroy target artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land an opponent controls. That player may search their library for a land card with a basic type, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. So it only costs 2, and if I have a legendary creature, then I guess it would still cost a green. I think it's great, but, like, I'm sacking a land for removal, and I don't necessarily want to like, kill my lands for things. You know what I mean? So I have a Gonjo Seat of the Empire in something, and I rarely use it. Like, usually I, what do you mean? Like, isn't it, it's one or the other. You can't, like, if you play it as a land. Oh, I see what you mean. Like, if I play it as a land, then I can't channel it. I have to channel it and then sack it, and it can't get used as a land, right? Like, if you channel it, you have to discard it. So, it's like, that's one less land to play. So, I don't like the concept of sitting with a land in my hand that could be useful and like waiting for a removal opportunity to come. And whenever I've had a Ganjo State of the Empire in hand, I've always ended up just either keeping it in hand or playing it as a land, because it just like, there was only one time that it was ever like useful as this ability, and I had already played it as a land and kind of regretted it. But as many times as I play mono white and have this card in things, like, it has never been useful. So, I know they can be useful, they just were never that useful for me. I wish Caracas was legal. Return target legendary creature to its owner's hand, and it's a legendary land. That would be fucking amazing, but it's not legal. So, boo to you, Caracas. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, somebody I know was selling a Gaia's Cradle for $650, and I thought that was like really cheap. And I was like, what the fuck? But I was like, look away, Ron, look away. You don't need it. You don't even play green. I was just like, ooh, what a good bargain. I'm catching up with the chat, sorry. Phoenix. Hey, what up? I changed over my Ramos deck to Jodah, all backgrounds, legendary dragon tribal. I will drop the link in the chat again, so if you want to take a look at it. I'm looking at legendary lands right now because Jodah cares about legendaries, and I have my land base pretty much solid, but I'm willing to make changes. And like Minimo School at Water's Edge, untap target legendary permanent. Is that legal? That, I think it is. I know Caracas is not, unfortunately. So, I do have a Sarah Sanctum somewhere. I have it in something. Yeah. I'm a lunatic. Yeah, I haven't decided about, like, let me see what I wrote down, because I wrote down a bunch of stuff earlier. Okay, so Minimo, Boseiju. I know, like, all those, like Shizo, Death Storehouse, target legendary creature gains fear until the end of turn. I think that's pretty good. Shizo, yeah. I know. I think I would rather, like, see the Okina one, target legendary gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. Doesn't really feel like enough of a benefit to, like, run it over a duel. So I passed on that one. The channeling ones, I'm just not super in love with. It doesn't, I've not really gotten a lot of use out of them myself, personally. Yeah, Shizo was a good one. Shinka. Who's that? Who are you? Hey, Adam, thank you so much for gifting subs. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. You're so sweet. Shinka gives a legendary creature first strike. Don't know if if that's as necessary. It's good, but I don't know if it's like super as necessary. Yeah, Shizo and the Minimo. A Ganjo only prevents 2 damage, so it's not a whole lot. Yeah, I was looking at Volrath's Stronghold as well. But I have the Yomiji in there, which is whenever a legendary permanent is put into your graveyard, you return it to your owner's hand. So I kind of did away with Volrath and used Yomiji instead to kind of do that same concept. So I don't know. I think I'm feeling Minimo and Shizo the most, but that means I'll have to cut 2 lands, and I can do that later. So, god damn it, that's not the one. Now I have to fucking scour where they put something that I didn't really want. Son of a fucking bitch. Good! I have a love-hate relationship with this function. Mother bitch. Yeah, and Minimo didn't... Crud. Okay. Mikakoro, I decided against. Because I don't like that it's each player. I have it in Queen, I think. Wait, what playmats? Now I want to know. I'm out of the loop. All right, Adam, let's yeah, I don't like to let people have stuff unless you're right, unless it's Queen. If I'm I mean, I guess drawing is fine, but if I'm removing especially, I want to fucking remove. I don't want to get into things. All right, so Adam, what I did was I dumped every legendary dragon that I felt was even mildly useful. There are some that are on my maybe list, which will probably essentially get cut, but Skithrix. Skithrix I don't think really belongs here because I'm not really dealing with Infect, but it was just kind of a fun stupid ad. So I can easily cut Skithrix. I'm fine with doing that. But yeah, there's a lot in here I could cut. I just added whatever was kind of useful. You'd keep Skittles? Really? That's shocking, Adam, you disgusting, disgusting man. But wait, what did you send to Alan and Cyrus? Oh, the Mortal Kombat one. Got it, got it. Okay. I thought you were talking about the corn playmat. I'm like, why would you send that to Alan and Cyrus? I was like, I mean, I know they love me, but like, they don't love me that much. I mean, I know that it can one-shot somebody, but it like kind of. So, all right, my initial reason for putting Skithrix in it is it's a ruse because people will waste their removal on it. But I mean, everything in this is problematic with the Jodah buff. But anyway, I'm definitely keeping Owl. Atarka, definitely. Adam, I appreciate your support on me being disgusting because this is by far the most disgusting deck I've ever built, and I've built Skithrix. So, like, Skithrix is not nearly... I'm sure I could have made it uglier, and I didn't, but Skithrix is not nearly as scary as this is. This is terrifying. I would not like to play against this deck, I don't think. And I haven't played it yet. I have no idea how it's going to play. But I did build a sealed Jodah using only Dominaria cards from a sealed box. And it was really gross without even optimizing it. So making it completely dragons sounds horrifying to me. And I don't think I'd have any fun playing against this. But I do not put combos in my decks or anything like that. So there's no tutors in this as it stands. There's no combos. I'm not searching for anything. I'm just trying to, like, deal all, like, natural, honest damage. Okay, so... Hold on, let me go back, because I was talking shit, so I lost... I'm gonna eat some of these Swedish fish because I'm hungry. And it's Taco Tuesday and my tacos have not arrived yet. I used to have a notebook next to me. What have I done with it? I think I brought it to work. That was not smart of me. Alas. Oh, I have an infinite token. Alright. Alright. Draco Genius. Firemind. The Niv Mizzet accept Parun. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Like, not caring much for the dragons where we have to pay mana to get effects and you have to attack first. Yeah. Okay, keep going with suggestions. I'm just gonna keep, like, I'm gonna keep running down this list. Uh, hey, yeah, I I built Jodah sealed from a Dominaria box, and I've wanted to build an all enchantments deck. I tried to build it with Ramos, and it didn't quite work. So I put Ramos in the 99, and I'm making this a Jodah Dragon Tribal, and everything is legendary. So, like, I have one non-dragon already, but, yeah, shoot, what's your suggestion? Okay, I'll look it up in a sec. Yeah, everything just looks good. I don't want to take anything out. It's always so hard. Okay. So, you think the Fire Mine should go? Because you can draw a card with it. And then it deals 1 damage to any target, right? Couldn't I just get card draw? Isn't that kind of useful? No? Okay, so we'll table Numot. What was the one that you said was hard to cast? I lost you. Harun. Yeah, I guess you're right. That is pretty hard to cast. It doesn't seem super worth it, huh? What do you mean? I mean, it's whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery, so, like, it doesn't happen that often. I can't tell if you're celebrating that is there or that you want me to remove it. Hold on. Oh. Well, the thing is that a lot of this isn't going to be cast because they're of the cascade. Like, a lot of things will cast for less than their value. So as long as I cast one thing, something else can be played. So that's disgusting. Yeah. What are we talking about? Are we still talking about Perun? Yeah. I'm not really playing much instants or sorceries. I mean, this seems pretty easy, though. Like, whenever he deals combat damage, I may pay 3 and put 6/1/1 counters on him. It seems like I could do that pretty consistently, because there's always somebody who doesn't have a flying blocker. I mean, do I need to? Probably not, but why not just be extra disgusting? Yeah, so we are at 31. We've cleared some creatures here. I personally am, as the more we discuss it, I'm not a super fan of Perun. I'm gonna add it to the considering. Just because it's not doing it for me. Not doing it for me. What else did we say here? Varash was something else. Yeah, Varash. I don't know. I mean, it's 6 mana to cast, so it's not like it's a shit ton. It's no Ur-Dragon here. Like, I get it, but 6 counters is a lot for 3. Like, for a flyer. If it were just like a 6/6 creature with nothing else, that makes it harder to hit. And then, like, putting 6 counters on it would be like, okay, because you won't do that frequently. But I could do that, like, each turn, you know? Yeah, I think Barash is pretty strong, especially if there's a bunch of legendaries already. Then Jodah makes it even bigger. I don't know. I feel like it's pretty nasty in these streets. Oh no, I think I just got rid of something. How do I remove? How do I back up? Back it up. What did I get rid of? Help! How do I undo? What history? Where's history? I've never looked at history before. What the fuck? You guys talk like I know what I'm talking about. I don't know anything. Help. Oh, this? Okay. I thought I removed something else. Didn't it just say 31? And now it says... Wait, why was it added? Removed. Why? I swore it said 31 and now it says 30 and I got scared. Ugh. Okay. Alright, so we just rule 0 a 122 card deck. Sounds great. Perfect. Let's go. Um, all right. I'll get back to creatures. Sorceries and instants. Is there something else that's better than this that I should have in here or take out? Oh, and that's right. Let's look at that. Okay. Why are you trying to feed me green? Whenever you play a legendary spell, draw a card. That's pretty good. Yeah. I get it, but I feel like somebody else suggested this to me. I don't love it because it's cast a spell. I'm not optimizing from it because I'm not doing adventures I think I have one in here that's an adventure. But, I also am not casting a lot because I'm cascading. So. And it deals damage to a target but not a player. Cascading counts as casting? Because it's like, it's exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a legendary non-land card with a lesser mana value. You may cast that card without paying its mana. Okay, yeah, it does say cast. Okay. I don't know. I'll think about it. I guess that's good, like, consistent removal, huh? Alright. Lozan. Alright, we're back up to 32 FML. Just where we started at 124. Alright, so what can we remove then in the meantime? Because I do have some stuff now that is essentially removal in creatures. So sorceries and instants. We have Crux of Fate, which is destroy all non-dragon creatures. Raven form. I feel like Raven form can go. Dismember. Heroic Intervention. Path to Exile. Swords to Plowshares. Tamiyo's Safekeeping. And Teferi's Protection. These are generally, like, my go-tos. Aside from Dawn Charm, which nobody ever likes, so I purposely did not put it in there. Safekeeping is target permanent you control gains hexproof and indestructible until the end of turn and gain 2 life. Yeah, it's one thing, but it's 1 mana. You think Tamiyo can go? Oh my god, you like Dawn Charm? Thank you so much, because I put Dawn Charm in, like, every fucking white deck I own, and people are always like, cut it, it's not good. And I'm like, it's very good, actually. And I refuse to cut it. Like, almost every single one of my white decks has Dawn Charm in it. And everybody always tries to convince me to remove it. And I never do. I never listen. So, yeah. I also put in a lot, like, I put in Akroma's Will in everything. So I don't have it in this just because I feel like I'm super, like, overusing it, but But tell me if you feel like I should. Sorry, my dog is going apeshit downstairs because I'm sure that my food is here. So he's like, rah, rah, rah. All right, so I'll remove Tamiyo's. Do we Chrome as well? All the creatures will already have flying, and it will just give vigilance, double strike, lifelink, indestructible, or protection from all colors. Or do we, I don't know. I don't know what else. What else to add or take away? Yeah, I don't... It's hard not to add it in because I, like, put that shit on everything, like Frank's Red Hat. So is this enough? Is this enough sorceries and instants? Is there something better that is, like, specific to dragons or, you know, like Crux of Fate is, where it's destroy all non-dragon creatures? Like, is there something that is better suited for, in terms of sorceries or instants, for this deck? How do you mean draw power? You think we're not drawing enough cards? Because a lot of these enchantments will do stuff like that. Like this one is sack an artifact, put a 1/1 counter on it, and draw a card. Okay. Are there any artifacts we should cut? We have Amulet of Vigor. Whenever a permanent enters the battlefield tapped and under your control, untap it, which helps with the land situation and the triomes. We have an Avacyn's Memorial, a Biden of Thassa. This draws cards too. So whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. So that's each creature, right? Or it's just whenever any creature. Is it one card per creature, or how does that work? Well, a Citadel, which I love. Chromatic Orrery, which also allows you to draw cards, right? Draw a card for each color among permanents you control. Yeah, so this is a lot of card draw. Like, Biden of Thassa allows me to draw cards. So does Orrery. This allows me to untap a legendary. This is tap an untap legendary and add 1 mana of any color. Shadow Spear, I just love it. I think it's great. Okay, so Sword of the Animus, you think can go. This, I figured, just would get lands, but it searches for basics, and I decided not to have many basics in it, so I'll remove that. Equipped creature gets +1 as long as it's legendary. It gets an additional +2 as long as it's red. It has trample. So it's basically an overall 4 cost for giving a creature +3 and trample. That's true. I just don't want to forget it exists, so I'm putting it in the considering. This allows me to draw an additional card. It's a cost reducer and buffs creatures. only put Tenza in because it's legendary. And I care about the number of legendary permanents on my board. See, this is another way of putting legendaries in onto the battlefield for a lower cost. So you pay 4 and you can play something bigger, like a dragon or whatever. Yeah. What? What? Oh, shoot. What do we need in here? Magda? You want to put Magda in there? Why? Why do you want to put Magda? All right. Oh yeah, it is legendary. I'm not loving Blackblade in this. Yeah, there's stuff in here that makes treasures, but I don't think I'm making enough treasures for it. Just like it's not reliable if I don't have them all together. But we've cut some cards. Some cards. So we still need to cut more. We keep adding things and not taking things away. I can't afford really to cut many lands. I do have to cut 2 lands. I think, because I think 37 is just a lot. And I'd rather have something else. Throne of the God Pharaoh. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the number of tapped creatures. Yeah. I guess. I still think I want to get rid of some more creatures. They're all doing great things, but it's a lot. Like, to have 29 enchantments is making it really hard to keep 32 creatures. Hammer of Purphoros. Hammer of Purphoros. Let's see. I can't find it. Hold on a second. Well, I can't do anything right now. Wait, am I spelling it wrong? Hammer of... There it is. It was, I guess, O-R-O. Alright. Creatures you control have haste. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna add it, and then I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna move it to considering, I think. But I like that, I like giving everything haste. And I wouldn't have known about that card because I don't often play red. I like that it's legendary. Ugh, I'm just never gonna remove things. We're doing better than we were with the other deck. I swapped the all enchantments concept to Jodah, and I put Ramos in the 99. Yeah. But I didn't include him, the Dragon Lord, because it didn't do enough of anything else. There's a reason I didn't include him. Like, the other thing would never have any benefit. Whenever an opponent casts a creature or planeswalker spell with the same name as a card in his or her graveyard, that player loses 10 life. Like, that wouldn't really do very much. So I didn't put it in there. I mean, I can add it, but then I'm just adding and adding. Like, I'm not taking anything away. And I need to not, like, I started with this an hour ago at 124, and I'm still at 121. Because I've taken away, like, 10 and added 8. So, like, I'm just struggling because I can never get rid of things. I always end up adding, and then I'm like, what do I need to cut? And then, like, then I end up, like, angry cutting because I just want to get the deck done, and then like I end up cutting things that like probably weren't the best things to cut because I just can't, like, I need to, you know, that's why I didn't include it, because I was already including so many things that I was like, all right, I'm gonna be picky, and I'm like, I'm only getting benefit from half the cards, so why am I putting something in that's only giving me half benefit? So I purposely didn't put it in because it was only giving me half benefit. I will be playing this on stream soon, hopefully. Probably. I'm playing E Honda right now, the next couple streams I'm in. But maybe, and I'm going to be doing, once the Infinity boxes release, I will be doing a whole weekend of streams where I am building decks from the Infinity boxes. I'm going to be doing like 3 a day, hopefully. So I'm probably going to do 1 Friday night, and then like 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday, and then 3 on Monday, because Monday is Indigenous Peoples Day and I'm off work that day. So I will be, I'll be trying to add at least 5 pods of Infinity boxes, where we are building from a sealed box, a commander deck. So I'm playing E Honda this week, and then next week I'm going to be doing the Infinity boxes. So this deck probably won't be seen until after I do the Undecks. But I will be playing it in the next couple of weeks, depending. If I decide to proxy it, then maybe I'll play it sooner. But at the moment, I probably won't. I have to wait at least a couple of weeks for like my missing cards to show up, and I have all the enchantments. I have almost all the lands. I have almost all the instants, if not all of them. I have like half of the artifacts. Actually, probably more than half. I would have to order a bunch of the creatures. I do have like this one. I have this one. I have Miram. I have Freekrag. I have Ganax. Probably have Karthus. Actually, I have a lot. I have most of this deck. But I do have to order a few singles, so I won't be able to play it until those cards come in. I really do like Day of Destiny, though. But you're probably right. I mean, I did say that in the beginning, that, like, I added it in because it's really good, but I'm not sure that, like, I need it. Like, I could cut it, but we'll see. I'll move it to considering. Okay, hold on. I'm going back. Treva, you said. Okay, I agree with that. Let's get rid of that. But it deals 4 damage to any target and 3 damage to each of up to 2 other targets. It just deals so much. Like, it deals the 7 damage of itself and then an additional 7. Well, no. 10, an additional 10 to other things. Like, that's... I feel like that's value. I think it's worth the red pips. I feel like this is impossible to cast, but... yeah. I agree. It's gotta go. I'm not keeping it just for you. Yeah, I know. I wanted to keep as many, backgrounds as possible. I did get rid of 2 of them, but I kept them in considering because they, if I swap to, Ramos, then they will be good with Ramos as the commander. But there are some backgrounds that are probably least beneficial. So this cares about dragons. The only background that, like, concerns me is Cultist of the Absolute, because at the beginning of your upkeep you have to sacrifice a creature. And I'm not really building enough tokens to want to do that. So yeah, my commander gets +3/+3 flying, death touch, ward 3. But at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. That's for myself, right? I have to sacrifice a creature, not somebody else. Correct? And while I have enough creatures to play around with, I don't want to lose them. I don't really have anything generating tokens to, like, say, okay, well, I can just willy-nilly throw this away. I do have some backgrounds that are creating tokens, but not necessarily consistently, where I would only play this if another background is generating something that makes it worthwhile to keep. And then once it's out, I can't remove it unless somebody else removes it. And I'm going to damn myself with it, I feel. So this kind of like scares me. I'm going to move it to considering. At the beginning of your end step, if a source you control dealt 5 or more damage, create a 4/4 dragon token. Room abilities of dungeons you own trigger an additional time. I'm not really delving into the dungeon. I think there's a background that lets me do dungeon stuff, but I'll put it in considering for now. I can blink stuff. Whenever one or more token creatures deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 blue fairy. Whenever this creature attacks, it gains double strike. We have a Frogify. Guild Artisan makes treasures. If you hit the person with the highest life total. Whenever this creature attacks player, if no opponent has more life, another target creature you control gets +X/+X, where X is this creature's power. Inspiring Leader, creature tokens you control get +2/+2. I'm not really making a lot of tokens. So, wow. Hey, thanks for gifting subs. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. That's super helpful. All right, I'm going to move to considering because that I'm not creating a lot of tokens. Master Chef is a definite. Noble Heritage. Brian, I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Noble Heritage is political, so I like that. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, I'm not really casting anything from exile, so I could probably let this go. Oh no, am I? Doesn't Jodah cast from exile? Like, isn't it like exile it and then cast it? So I am keeping that. Never mind. Popular entertain. Yeah. Got it. Popular entertainer is whenever one or more creatures you control deals combat damage to a player, you goad target. Hey, Bobby! Thanks for subbing. I love you so much. I'm cutting down. I have 10 minutes before I have to go, though, and I'm not going to make it. I have 15 cards to cut. I have changed my Ramos deck to Jodah all backgrounds, and it is Dragon Tribal. So I have 15 cards left to cut. There's 2 lands I'm cutting as well, because I'm going to swap out something or other. So essentially 13 more cards need to be cut. I have Ramos in the 99. I'm probably gonna play it both ways. I'm gonna play it where Ramos is the commander, and I'm gonna play it where Jodah's the commander, and see which one plays better. But yeah, I've changed my idea. I'm just going through and trying to make cuts, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll get to play this soon. Alright. Commander creatures you own a goad. Okay. Raised by Giants I'm definitely keeping. Miss you. Thank you so much. I have struggled over this backgrounds concept for ages, and it'll be the death of me, but I'm insistent that I want it to come to fruition. The first time you would draw a card each turn, instead look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into the graveyard, and then the other back on top of your library, and then draw a card. I don't have enough graveyard recursion to make this worth it, I think. I'm going to move to considering just in case I do, then I'll put it back, but I don't think I do. This creature becomes a copy of another creature. Sacrifice another creature or artifact, and this creature deals 1 damage to any target. This would be great if I was making a bunch of like 1/1s, but I'm not doing that. So I'm going to consider. Whenever this creature attacks a player, if no opponent has more life, that creature can't block. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. This creature gets +X+0 until the end of turn, where X is that card's mana value, and you may play this card. Only if it's a creature, right? And Veteran Soldier, whenever this creature attacks a player, if no opponent has more life than that player, for each opponent, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token that's tapped and attacking that player. Alright, so we are down to 111 because I am going to cut 2 lands. We're down to 111. We've got to cut 11 cards. I have cut some enchantments. I hope that makes everyone feel better. Makes me feel better. I feel good about it. I love Frogify. I love it. But I'm going to cut it. Because it's not legendary. And it's just clogging my enchantments. Alright. 10 cards. We've got to cut 10. Come on, people. Cut 10. Convince me. Here's the list again. Convince me. I need to cut 10 cards from here, and I'm struggling. I think the enchantments are good where they are. The lands are good. I feel good about the artifacts being where they are, but that would mean that I have to cut 10 creatures, and I don't want to cut 10 creatures. So, I'm gonna have to cut, like, maybe an instant. I could probably get rid of Dismember. That's probably my least favorite of them. I'm gonna cut Dismember. I'm just gonna remove it. Alright, 9. We've got 9 more. Really? You want to cut? Oh. Alright. Yeah, I was avoiding putting things in that die. Alright. 30 seems like a perfect number. Can we just leave it here at 108? Because I am gonna cut 2 lands, so... What are we at mana-wise? Okay, so now it looks like we're leaning Gruul, which is very unusual for me. Those are my least played colors, so... Yeah, yeah, I know, but wouldn't I be hitting? Literally everything I have is big and flying. Alright, so if I'm leaning Gruul, I think the 2 cards that I'm going to end up cutting are going to be something that... Oh, I did put... Yeah, I put that in there. Did I put that in there today? No. I feel like that was already in there. No, I put that in there today. I don't fucking know. Anyway. Vault of Champions... They're my least 2 played colors. Should I just cut Path of Ancestry? It enters tapped. It's not legendary. I feel like it's not doing that much for me. I think Sea of Clouds is the best one to cut, but I'm mad about it. Why? I mean, but it's you may, right? All right. Fine. There. It's gone. I like Biden of Thassa, though. You always want to make me cut Shadow Spear every time. It's such a fucking good card. You always ask me to cut it. That's always the one you want to cut. It gives you trample and lifelink. And it makes your opponents lose hexproof and indestructible. And it's legendary. Come on. Get out of here with that bull. Hi. Welcome in, Disadvantage. I think for the last land that I'm cutting, because I just want to have an even 35, it's either going to be Sea of Clouds or Vault of Champions. Which pains me because Orzhov and Azorius are like my two favorite color combinations, and I hate that I have to cut one of them because my biggest played colors right now are Gruul. I don't like it. I could just get rid of Zagoth Triumph, but it feels weird to like not have a Triumph. Should just be missing one Triumph. Yeah, see? Thank you, Bobby, for sticking up for my Shadow Spear. Yomiji is excellent. Thanks, Bobby, for defending my spear. All right, it is 8:01. I've got to run because I have to go to D&D. I hate that we were not able to completely finish this deck, but we are pretty damn close. I'm cutting one land to make an even 35, and we have 7 left to cut, and that is that's about it. If I am up for it after D&D at 10 o'clock or 10:30 or so, I might pop back on and finish this deck because I'm so close I can fucking taste it. So, let's look and see if there's anybody to read before I leave. Yeah, there's tons of people. Let's raid. Wow. Let's raid Chase. Who's also deck building, I believe. So let's do that. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for your suggestions, and thank you for helping me and being here, and for all the subs, and for being super awesome people. Please say hi to Chase for me, and help them out on their deck as well. And I've got to run, but I might be back later. Have a good night, everyone.